Bonjour, everybody. What's happening? I am Chinoden, and this is Metal and Crypto. This is my second attempt. I just got booted off the live stream. Some bogus stuff going on here. Let me turn on this light real quick. Semi-better lighting. Alright, so we'll start this off with a song. And before I do, check out Steam It and Minds. That's where I do a lot of my stuff on Steam It and Minds. If you like what I do and you would like to support what I'm doing here, I got those wallet addresses and PayPal for tips and donations. We really appreciate your tips and donations. It'll keep me going and being able to do this every day, and also to help me get better equipment so that I can bring you better quality content. Also, if you don't feel like you want to do that, you can also hit up Steam It and Minds and give these videos an upvote, and that'll help bring value to what I'm adding, the content that I'm adding onto those platforms. So without further ado, I'm going to get this song started here. morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I am Chinoda, and you're watching Metal and Crypto, the live stream where I go through metal, precious metal, and cryptocurrency news and prices, and I also play some metal songs for you, all of which I have written. On these ones, I'm doing the midis. I don't have all the songs recorded yet, so once I get them recorded, I'll be doing live streams. I'll probably do it on Minds. Yeah, when they go mainnet and start doing their thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these cryptocurrency prices right now. Bitcoin is sitting at $6,883.84. The markets are looking green, fantastic. One thing that contributed to that was you can see it on the charts. George Soros said that he's ready to start investing in cryptocurrencies. So you can see it. You can see where he put a bunch of money in and a bunch of his cronies and put a bunch of money in. Literally, you can see right on them. It just blasted right off about middle of yesterday somewhere. Something like that. So yeah, Bitcoin sitting at $6,883.84. Ethereum, $382.45. Bitcoin Cash, $635.19. Litecoin, $117.66. There's your big four. Ripple's at 48 cents. EOS, $5.89. Cardano, 15 cents. Stellar, 20 cents. NEO, $46.69. Bitcoin Diamonds at $19.50. Monero, $170.54. IOTA, 97 cents. VeChain, $2.49. Binance Coin, $12.50. Dash Digital Cash, $305.59. NEM, 23 cents. Ethereum Classic, $13.51. Quantum, $13.06. Lisk, $8.87. Verge got hit big time yesterday, or within, I don't know. I'm looking at the chart. It did get hit with some FUD, 6 cents. I think there's a Verge hack or something like that. I don't know. I'll check into that. Let's see. Nano, $5.27. Bitcoin Gold, $40.86. Zcash, $183.83. Populous, $11.92. And, you know, if you want to go check out the markets yourself, go to coinpuffs.com. The legendary Peter Saddington from Decentralized TV created Coin Puffs as an answer to the people's call for a different market cap site other than Coin Market Cap. Anyways, let's get to some news, eh? Let's check out here. Firm hopes. Yeah, it's slow. Okay, so you guys heard of the Google banning cryptocurrency ads? So there's this firm that hopes to fight the crypto ad ban with the ICO website designed for companies and consumers. A website that tracks initial coin offerings, ICOs, says this platform can help crypto startups reach potential investors amid a recent clampdown on advertising imposed by some of the biggest players in Silicon Valley. Facebook fired the starting pistol at the end of January by declaring it will start banning ads for the cryptocurrencies and ICOs, which will deploy misleading or deceptive promotional practices. Last month, Google announced it was updating its financial services policy, meaning no crypto-related ads will be accepted from June. Twitter then followed suit and said it was motivated by user safety. And you know what's funny? These big tech giants? My fan hat. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. My fan hat. Thanks, bro. What's up, Matt? How you doing, baby? All right. So if you didn't know, like, Facebook has been getting hit with, I don't know, that whole data thing where they're selling off all of our personal data and private information to these nefarious companies or corporations. Google's been doing the same stuff, and Twitter. So if you've been following the QAnon stuff, Google was the first one to go down, and then they said, who's next? Google, Twitter, all the big tech companies associated with those, I don't know, crazy stuff going on. Yeah, if you haven't followed the QAnon stuff, check it out and research the stuff that he's talking about. Or they. I don't think it's one person. It's a collective of white hats within the military that are putting all this information out for people to, we got, okay, see, a lot of people want to say like the military and the government is all bad, but what they got to realize is you got white hats and black hats and all these agencies, all these, you got people that are actually fighting for the people, and then you got all this corruption happening, and you got these people trying to weed out the corruption. And it's literally like a civil war within, like a silent civil war that's actually now starting to come to light. It's been happening for the last few years, if you haven't been paying attention. So, and the cryptocurrencies is part of it. And cryptocurrencies, gold, like, they're fighting for financial freedom for everybody. And you got these black hats trying to oppress everybody. So ICO Bazaar says the ban is impeding exciting projects at a time when the market is flourishing, with fledgling businesses losing access to one of the cheapest ways of reaching the public at large. And that's very true. I know from the information that I've been talking about on YouTube last year, I was seriously getting shadow banned. Like, I know I should be reaching more people, but I'm not. And that's pretty crazy. So little guys like me that are trying to get out there and get something going, like, it's hard for us because they're basically, their algorithms are covering us up. Kind of like how the government covers up stuff that they don't want people to get out. So anyways, these new challenges in advertising come as investors struggle to navigate opportunities amid regulation concerns. But ICO Bazaar argues trackers like its own bring compelling advantages to consumers and companies alike. Benefits of ICO trackers for businesses. The company says crypto startups which use an ICO tracking website to publicize their offering have a greater chance of ensuring that only accurate information makes its way to prospective investors. This is because every project has the chance to submit details about their crowd sale to the platform directly. Although the latest restrictions on advertising by internet giants cause jitters in the crypto markets, ICO Bazaar argues that using niche websites could be more effective in yielding results, in part because dictated investors are likelier to visit specialized platforms. By contrast, traditional campaigns through internet giants can be seen by millions of people, even though just a small percentage might be interested in making a final financial commitment. Finally, many ICO tracking websites independently rate the projects on their platforms, and a good score can improve their standing and result in greater levels of investment. The company says these advantages can be obtained at a reasonable price. That's pretty cool. This is kind of a long article, so I'll just leave it at that. Let you guys can go to what is this, Cointelegraph.com. This just came out 39 minutes ago by Connor Blinkensop. So yeah, go check that out on Cointelegraph. I'm going to get to another song real quick, and then I'll be back with more news. How's that? This one's called Reach for the toilet paper. Mike Schilling, I will be soon. Actually, Matt DeLue is the drummer that I would like to have working with me on that. I have to get the guys to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been looking for guys for a while. This is my personal project. This is it's called Chinodin. That's my Anishinaabe spirit name. So yeah, I'm looking to actively do gigs in the Fox Valley and elsewhere. I'm actually going to be moving back home soon, so I'll be able to kind of coordinate shows up there and down here. I got connections in Madison and Wausau. So I got some resources, and we'll be able to do little statewide tours, and then we'll be able to do Midwest tours and just kind of work it from there. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of do the DIY struggle. It's not really a struggle if you are doing something like this, because then I'm able to reach people before it happens. So yeah, let's get back into some more of the crypto news. There's a lot of news coming out because we're getting ready for that Q2 bull run. That second quarter bull run usually happens towards May. We usually see a nice bull run, and it's already started because George Soros said he's ready to invest in cryptos, which all of his cronies started putting money into the market. So we've seen a huge jump yesterday. Coffee, representing our brothers from the Manamres. What's up, guys? All right. What else we got for you guys for news? Let's see. By way of Forbes. Oh, this thing is always so slow. Why is it gotta be so slow? Yeah, I might need an update or something. I don't know. But could Bitcoin and gold benefit from weakness in the stock market? Absolutely, because that's what's happening. They're taking all the money from the stock market and putting it into the crypto and precious metal markets. If this frickin' thing would... whatever. I guess I can just noodle around until it loads up. Oh, here we go. Stocks have encountered some notable volatility lately, with the benchmark S&P 500 index suffering from a correction last month and experiencing further weakness in March. No, it went too far. Oh my God, this is terrible. I'm sorry, you guys. The major stock indices, specifically the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, have not fallen into a bear market yet. However, any such decline could potentially cause investors to panic, driving them to safe haven assets like Bitcoin and gold. And that's what we see. We see when the institutional money pulls out, we see all the weak hands sell off, you know? And especially like in the cryptocurrency market, like these guys, these like regular people like you and I that don't do the research, but they're just kind of relying on more institutional information to make their decisions for them. They don't really understand what's happening with the cryptocurrency market. They're just relying on, you know, like official sources, like banker sources. If you're in the crypto market, why are you listening to bankers? Like, that's the whole point of getting out of the banking system into the cryptocurrency market. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point is not to use banks, not to listen to banks. Like, that's when you're listening to the banks, they're lying to you. They're telling you a bunch of crap. Like, I caught Google on one of my Follow That Flow videos last year. I caught Google talking smack about gold investing. Like, oh, gold investment. Like, you search gold news, live news or gold news or whatever. on Google, the first couple of ones say gold is a bad investment, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening with that. And I'm glad they're going down. Anyways, turmoil for stocks. The stock market has had a rough ride lately. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, for example, fell more than 700 points today after President Donald Trump announced tariffs on Chinese goods, according to Bloomberg. Now, you guys, if you don't know what this whole trade war is about, my speculation, based upon the research that I've done, is that Trump's working with China and Russia to end the Federal Reserve and get rid of the dollar as the reserve currency. And that's clearly evident that China is definitely behind that, and Russia as well. Look at the gold-backed petro yuan that was just activated not too long ago, right? That is directly competing with the dollar, whereas the dollar is not backed by anything. It's backed by debt. Whereas the Chinese yuan is backed by gold. You can see what's happening here, right? So, the dollar is being pushed out as we speak. This has been a plan for a while now. People just don't want to pay attention to that kind of information because they don't want it to be true. But here it is, right in our faces. The S&P 500 once again fell into negative territory for 2018 after recovering from the correction it suffered in the last few months, Google Finance data reveals. Thus, these indices have suffered modest volatility. However, should these benchmark groups of stocks fall into a full-fledged bear market, investors could panic, flocking to the perceived safety of assets such as gold and Bitcoin. And we've seen it happen time and time again. Bitcoin's potential tailwinds. Bitcoin will likely benefit if stocks suffer a major pullback, stated Tim Anneking, managing director of crypto asset management. And if you want to know what cryptocurrencies and what ICOs and what projects to invest in, you take a look at who the team is behind. You do your research on. You can go on their websites and they'll show you all the people that are involved. And if they have a big team, that's a good sign. And if they have a team that has people like Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, other guys that are big names in the cryptocurrency realm, if they have them as advisors or anywhere on their team, those are the cryptocurrencies you want to get behind or you want to invest in. Not advice. That's just what I've been seeing. I'm just relaying the information. This is purely informational. A lot is my opinion. So take it as you will. So many market observers are closely watching the relationship between the stock market and Bitcoin, noted Maddie Greenspan, senior market analyst for social trading platform eToro. So far, we haven't seen any flows from the stocks into Bitcoin, he stated, emphasizing that many traders do not believe that the recent declines in stocks constitute a bear market. He emphasized that those would be the ones that are involved in the bigger institutions, you know what I'm saying? So, for now, most of the selling has been from institutional investors and bots. Greenspan predicted that if a crisis does materialize, it's the retail investors that you'd likely see moving to digital assets. Too early to tell. And you guys, this market is just a baby yet. There's like 8% of Americans are invested or dealing with cryptos. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of room to grow. We've seen Bitcoin already hit $20,000. And in this next bull run, it's going to get ridiculous. It's going to get ridiculous because the last bull run, we went from freaking 4,000 or 5,000 all the way up to 25,000. And as the market the floor keeps growing, those swings are going to get bigger swings, right? So we're going to see, we could see 30,000, 40,000 in this next bull run, and then it'll come way back down to like 13,000, below 20,000, you know what I'm saying? And then that'll be towards like July-ish, and people start freaking out and get, panic, sell, and that's why we say hodl. Get you some coffee. All right. Analyst Travis Parker offered a differing point of view, stating that it's a little too early to tell how cryptocurrency will respond to a market correction. Cryptocurrency certainly has some of the advantages of precious metals, said Parker, COO of IRA Bitcoin LLC. It is a non-correlated asset that should be resistant to market volatility and may even benefit from a sentiment-based shift to alternative assets, he stated. You know what's cool? The Indian market banned the Indian central banks banned cryptocurrency investing for their clients. And what's cool is it didn't really affect the markets. And then, like I was saying yesterday, like, you think putting on a piece of paper that you can't own a gun is going to stop a thug from illegally obtaining a gun and going to rob somebody? No. Do you think putting on a piece of paper and saying you can't smoke weed or you can't have weed, do you think that's going to stop somebody from going and finding a bag illegally and fucking smoking weed? No, it's not going to happen. No, this is ridiculous. So people are going to do what they want regardless, even with the risks involved. And so people don't care about what these institutions think. I mean, a lot of people do, but I mean, there's a good portion of people that don't. And why should you? Why should you care what they think? Why should you listen to somebody that's not here to benefit you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you listen to somebody here why would you listen to somebody that's not here to benefit you, the small guy? Why would you listen to that? It's all lies anyways. That's what their goals are, to keep people that are not in power down, so they're not coming into power. They don't want that because they've been doing such shady shit for all these years. And once people start awakening to all this shady stuff that's been going on, they're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? This is happening. It's happening right now as we speak. So yeah. Anyways, should stocks push lower, gold could certainly benefit, noted analysts. Not only is the precious metal a more effective safe haven asset than bonds, but it is also a non-correlated asset, said Ron Smith, director of trading at GSI Exchange. Greenspan offered similar input, stating that gold should act as a good indicator of safe haven sentiment. And my opinion, not advice, but my opinion is you should be diversifying your portfolio. Silver, gold, other precious metals, cryptocurrencies. Personally, I would stay out of bonds. I would stay out of stocks. I would also stay out of real estate, because those are the three things that are set to fail. We've been seeing clear signs of it. If you know how to read the markets, you know what I'm saying? So if things do get ugly, we could see it spike. Gold may have a few other advantages over Bitcoin, emphasized Oliver Isaacs, blockchain investor and advisor, obviously because you can hold it as tangible. It's not in the digital realm. It's in this realm. So that's, silver is more of, I think personal opinion, silver would be a better investment for us little guys that are here busting our asses every day, doing hard labor or whatever, blah, 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 at our jobs. Simply because it's at 16. Well, let's check it out. Silver is at last time I checked, it was at $16.45. Gold was at $1,335.70 Oh man, come on. Anybody else having exactly, yeah, you can't trade, you're right, William Munson, you can't trade gold fast enough to profit, which is why people get into cryptocurrencies, because you can trade them just like that. But yeah, gold is more of a store of value. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin is also a store of value, one of the major stores of value. It's just like Bitcoin is gold and Litecoin is silver. So, you know, you could diversify your portfolio by getting a little bit of each. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, gold coins maybe, sure, or like those little fractionalized, little fractionalized pieces. I got like these sheets that are these little grams of gold and grams of silver that you can just break off. Those are cool to have. I mean, it's more expensive to invest in those, but I mean, okay, so the dollar is set to fall. What the Federal Reserve has told us they're doing is going to be propping up the dollar every month with by hiking the interest rates. So we're seeing the dollar plummet, like, and then every month they're going to hike interest rates, hike interest rates, hike interest rates, hike interest rates. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to be seeing with the dollar. And I forgot where I was going with that. But nanu, as Rex Bear says. So I mean, gold is at $1,335.25, and silver is at $16.45, like I said. So, all right, I'm gonna get into ingots. Yeah. Ingots are, definitely more cost effective as an investment if you have more to invest in gold. But if you're like, I mean, if you're not making that much money at your job, silver is the way to go. Silver will bring you more of a return than gold, simply for the fact that silver is supposed to be at a 10-to-1 ratio with gold, historically. Aluminum, palladium, no. So yeah, historically silver is supposed to be at a 10-to-1 ratio with gold, and it's like 70 something to 1. So, and if you know how to read the markets, you've been able to see how they're manipulating it. Like at the very last 5 minutes of the quarter, they'll smash the markets pretty hard by selling off a lot of paper gold, or paper metals. That paper market, man, that I was studying that all last year, man, and it's crazy how they do that. So a lot of the people got caught doing that. I think was it from Deutsche Bank. Bags of cans of aluminum. Right on, man. So, anyways, I'm gonna get to another song here. Stop boring you with the news for a little bit. Let's see. What do I want to play? All right, and this one's called Bodhisattva Awakens. Oh yeah. All right. So what else we got? Oh, if you could corner the silver market. Yeah, I think many of us would. Yeah, coins are a good thing to collect. Eagles. I used to do like I'd do coin reviews, new coins, but that got kind of boring for me. I'm not into it as much. Not into it as much. Just I don't know. It's just kind of boring to me. But I do appreciate guys that go out of their way to bring information on rare coins and stuff like that. Yeah, I couldn't get into it, man. It's just not my thing. Not my thing. I like to read the news and talk about new things that are happening and stuff like that. So, let's check out this one. It came out March 23rd. Blockchain's Secret 1,000-Year History by Oliver Smith by way of Forbes. Blockchain could be the most significant development in the storage and sharing of knowledge since the advent of the internet itself. Its ability to share information across untrusted parties has the potential to disrupt everything from banking to politics. But blockchain has a secret history, one that stretches back over 1,000 years. Like all breakthroughs, blockchains are a profoundly new way of doing things. Natalie Smolensky, cultural anthropologist and VP of Business Development at Learning Machine, told Forbes at the Global Education and Skills Forum in Dubai. But there's always something of the old in the new. Smolensky is currently working on a book that shows how blockchain is no different and in fact shares similarities with the traditions of some of the world's most ancient tribes, from Faystones to Bitcoins. And I don't know if you guys study. I've seen those panda coins. Yeah, they're colored, right? Yeah, I used to do like on JM Bullion they had those, and also Silver Doctors or SDBullion.com. They have some really cool coins as well. But anyways, so I don't know if you guys are into like study like ancient civilizations and stuff like that, and the technologies that they had back then. A lot of them were consciousness based. I'm talking like more than 1,000 years ago, you know, like when you look at the information that Grant Hancock has been bringing to the world, and people like him, and what was his name? Michael Tellinger, and then there was also he just passed away not too long ago. One of Graham Hancock's good friends. Oh man, what is his name? I can't believe I forgot his name. Rest in peace, brother. But anyways, he was responsible for showing the world that the Sphinx in Egypt is much, much, much older than people gave it credit for. The erosion on the Sphinx, the water erosion on the Sphinx is millions of years old, you know. So wow, that's pretty intense. $1,600. That's good. Tell them to hold on to that. It's probably going to get more valuable when the gold and silver cartels are broken up and not able to manipulate the market like they have been. Anyways, let's get into this. In 500 AD, the people of the tiny Micronesian island of Yap had a problem. Their society had landed on a rather strange form of currency, which they used to trade between people in their villages. Faystones, many of which still exist today, are huge limestone discs which can weigh up to 4 metric tons and require a wooden pole placed through their center and several villagers to move them around. That's kind of ridiculous. The obvious problem with Faystones as a currency is that while attractive to look at, they were hardly practical to move around when buying and selling. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, so instead of moving the stones, the people of Yap developed what could be the first recorded example of a decentralized ledger. Centralized versus decentralized, and this is an important concept to understand. This centralized versus decentralized, and this is where we can see governments aren't going to want to use decentralized tokens like such as Bitcoin and Litecoin and these other decentralized cryptocurrencies. They're not going to want to use those to enslave the world. They're going to want to use decentralized currencies like Ripple, among others. In 580 across the rest of the world, centralized ledgers where states and businesses recorded transactions on early forms of paper were being harnessed to build empires. Rome being the most successful example. Indeed, centralized ledgers continue to power the global economy and are used by the world's governments to this day. But the people of Yap in 500 AD came up with an alternative solution for their Faystone problem. Rather than recording their ledger centrally, they distributed the knowledge of Faystone ownership across the people of their village. Every villager kept a mental record of who owned each stone, who they got it from, and when that transaction took place. Let's build one. Maybe. I don't know if I want to take on something like that. Oh man, I'm sorry. This I don't know what's going on. Why this computer is so slow? I've been having trouble with my live streams, and I've got full bars for my Wi-Fi. I've been having trouble. Even my wife's had trouble on her stuff, on her devices. Every villager kept a mental record of who owned each stone, who they got it from, and when that transaction took place. When a Faystone was spent, the new transaction was shared across the village people to update everyone's mental map, just like a very ancient early take on blockchain. My God, it's ridiculous. I guess I can just needle a little bit. Needle, needle, needle. Anyways, you know what? I think, man. Okay. Finally. I gotta do something with this. This is crazy. Anyways, so what do you think, William Munson? What's your take on the blockchain and Bitcoin and stuff like that? What's your thoughts? Anybody else? What have you uncovered about this? I don't know. I'm just trying to bide some time while this loads. And you know what it is? I was doing some research. When certain words, keywords are said, these algorithms pick them up, and if they're keywords that the social engineers don't want people to be, they don't want to be out there, the information that they don't want people to know. When you start talking about that stuff, they send in like these bots. I've done some research on these bots. It's kind of ridiculous. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. What is happening is my laptop is very slow. Anyways, so if someone came along and tried to wrongly claim a stone was theirs, the village could consult its mental decentralized ledger. If this all sounds similar, that's because it's exactly how Bitcoin transactions take place today on the blockchain, albeit now between computers rather than people. What Yap tells us about the future. Oh, imagine that. I start talking about bots and it just magically starts loading and I can move freely. Oh, what Yap tells us about the future. Yap's decentralized ledgers were impressive creations, but never caught on beyond the island. By the 1900s, Yapese people had started moving away from face stones towards the more manageable currencies, eventually settling on the US dollar. It is very hard to maintain a mental distributed ledger beyond the confines of a small group of people who know each other well. Even then, accounts differ and conflicts arise. Smolensky explains, but blockchains allow people who don't know each other at all or who are enemies with vested interests and disagreement to quickly agree upon a shared version of truth. So whether it's trading between untrusted parties with Bitcoin, redesigning how our politics work with liquid democracy, or tracing items along with the supply chain with IBM, blockchain is poised to have a dramatic impact on our world, far beyond anything the villagers of Yap could ever have imagined. And therein lies the value that people give it. So anything, any currency, the dollar in your pocket, it only has value because of our shared perception that it has value. We give it the value. We can give anything value. I can give this little toy truck value. We can agree that this toy truck is worth $5. Just an example. It's not worth $5, obviously, but we can all agree on that this truck can be used as a currency that's worth $5 or $1. We can make it $1 to make it more realistic.